For part C, we want to find all horizontal asymptotes to the graph of f and show the work that leads to our answer. So we need to remember that in order to find a horizontal asymptote of a function, we need to find the limit at infinity and the limit at negative infinity. So we will start with the limit as x approaches negative infinity. Well, going back to our piecewise function, x is approaching negative infinity for this piece of the piecewise function because that's where negative infinity would be. Negative infinity obviously is not a number, but it's an idea that is very large and negative, and this is the piece where that would happen because it's the piece where x's are the smallest or most negative. And so we would have 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 in the numerator, and x squared plus 4x plus 3 in the denominator. Recall that in order to find the limit at infinity, we are looking at the biggest term in the numerator and the denominator and using our acronym Bobo Botten eats DC. In this case, the biggest term in the numerator is 2x squared, and the biggest term in the denominator is x squared, and so the exponents are the same, which means I'm going to divide coefficients. And so 2 divided by 1 is going to give me a limit of 2, which means that y equals to 2 is a horizontal asymptote. That's one of the horizontal asymptotes. To find the other one, if there is another one, we're going to take the limit as x approaches positive infinity. And so once again, looking at our piecewise function, we have 2 to the x over 3 to the x minus 1. That's the part of the function that is at the right end of the function, or where positive infinity would be on the x-axis. And so we will have 2 to the x divided by 3 to the x minus 1. Now this one can be a little bit tricky. We have to remember how exponential functions work. The 2 and the 3 are not really coefficients. They are really more of factors or multipliers. And so really what we're seeing here is that both of these exponential functions have a lead coefficient of a 1. And so since they are both exponential functions, the exponents, if you want to call it that, and I kind of use air quotes there when I use the word exponents, the functions are the same. The coefficients are also the same. Both in this case are equal to 1. And so we're going to divide those coefficients. So 1 divided by 1, which is going to equal to 1. And so because that limit is equal to 1, it tells me that y equals to 1 is another horizontal asymptote of this function.